Thank you, Phil. As he said, I'm the very irreverent Les. But just in case I've got this whole religious thing wrong, I thought we'd kick off with a prayer. A few shocked faces out there. Remember when we used to look up at the sky and say, "Send it down, Huey"? Sadly, it's not used much anymore, but that's where I'd like to kick off with, because apparently 90-odd% in New South Wales is still in drought. This is an Australian prayer for rain. Send down the rain, Huey, make the land bloom again, Huey. Set all the rivers and creeks to flow, set all the grass and wheat to grow in, and make all the lambs fat and woolly, and make all the cattle big and beefy, make the land bloom again. Send down the rain, send down some hope, Huey. We're near the end of our rope, down here, Huey. Hope that soon this drought will be ended. Hope that still the vision splendid in rain, so glory is rising somewhere just over the far horizon, beyond dust and smoke. Send down some hope. Send down the rain, Huey. Make the land bloom again, Huey. Set all the rivers and creeks to flowing, set all the grass and wheat to growing, make all the lambs fat and woolly, and make all the cattle big and beefy, make the land bloom again. Send down the rain, make that land bloom again. Send down the rain. Thank you. You're listening, Huey? We're asking questions later. Now, you may recall that the big question of the month is, Barnaby, where's all the bloody water? If you remember, Barnaby Joyce was the Special Minister for Water, and organised the allocation of the waters in the Menindee Lakes and the Darling River. You've all seen the horrific shots of the fish kill recently, and he was actually caught on tape bragging that he'd diverted excess water to his cotton and rice growing mates, and ignored the dire warnings from various scientists. Then, of course, Barnaby himself got diverted by his secretary, which caused the patter of Tiny Joy's feet and his fall from grace. So this one's called Barnaby Should Sleep with the Fishes. There are ScoMos in the world, there are abbots, there are Palmers and Duttons, and then a florid-faced fellow named Barnaby, who turned out the worst of them. Well, he took control of the water, he diverted it to his mates by neglecting ministerial duties, and he lied about pumping rates by rejecting the science. Well, he caused the algal bloom, setting in train a process that brought on the Darling's doom. Every fish is dead now, every fish kaput. It's the gift the mongrel gave us while diverting for a route. Menindee Lake and the Darling You're an environmental rot. While Barnaby put his dipstick in places he should not. Yes, every fish is bloated. The river's on the brink. All the way to Canberra, we will send the stink. Not our fault, they tell us, and kick us in the guts. But come election day, Paulie, we will kick you in the nuts. Thank you. The biggest threat to the world, of course, is global warming. The bloke that could do most about it is Donald Trump. This one's called Shame on Donald. We'll cry, shame on Donald. We'll pray, he'll be gone soon. He's sure cold, he's good for mankind, 'cause he's an environmental loon. With his orange rug, he looks a real weirdo. On fake news, he is expert. But when it comes to saving our planet, he's an eco-terrorist. When Gaia cries her tears of sorrow at the mayhem that he's unleashed, he thinks climate change is just a Chinese hoax. But how the hell does he sleep? Yeah, we all cry, shame on Donald. We all pray, he'll be gone soon. He's sure cold, he's good for mankind, 'cause he's an environmental loon. Yeah, he's an environmental drungo. Yeah. I'm sure most of you are long enough in the tooth to remember the Rolling Stones had a song back in the 60s called Girl with Faraway Eyes. Well, I've done a spoof of that and brought the words mostly up to the 21st century. Well, I was driving home early Sunday morning through Abbotsford, listening to country music on the talkback radio station. And Alan Jones said, you know, you always have Tony Abbott by your side. Well, I was so pleased to be informed of this. I ran 20 red lights down Parramatta Road in his honour. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Alan. Well, Alan just kept right on saying, all I had to do was send $10 to the Liberal Party headquarters located somewhere in Warunga, New South Wales. And the next week, they'd put my prayer in the next manifesto. And all my dreams would come true. So it did. Next week, I got a prayer for a girl. Well, you know what kind of eyes she had. So if you're down on your luck and you can harmonize, find a girl with faraway eyes. And if you're damn right disgusted and life ain't worth a dime, get a girl with faraway eyes. Yeah, if you're down on your luck, well, we all sympathize and get a girl with faraway eyes. had an arrangement to meet Cardinal George Pell. I was kind of late, and I thought, well, by the time I got there, he'd be off. He'd be off with the nearest altar boy he could find. But, much to my surprise, there he was, sitting in the corner, a little bleary, worse for wear and tear, due to his banishment from the Holy See. So George, you're down on your knees, but you continue your line to a prison guard with faraway eyes. And 'cause you're downright disgusting, and your life ain't worth a dime, to a jailer with faraway eyes. So now you're down on your luck, but we don't sympathize. Go find a God with faraway eyes. You need a God with faraway eyes. George needs a God with faraway eyes. George needs a God with faraway eyes. Cheesed off any Catholic shit? No, probably. The biggest single killer, or second biggest killer, sorry, after Homo sapiens in Australia is feral cats. They reckon there's 20 odd million of them, and they kill probably 50 million creatures daily, and that's an underestimate. This one's called Nobody's Moggy now. Somebody's moggy by the side of the road. Somebody's pussy who forgot his highway code. Someone's favourite feline who ran clean out of luck when he ran into the road and tried to argue with a truck. Well, yesterday he purred and played in his pussy paradise, decapitating Tweety birds and masticating mice. And now he's just 6 pounds of raw mince meat that don't smell very nice. He's nobody's moggy now. So, you who love your pussy, be sure to keep him in. Don't let him argue with the truck. The truck is bound to win. And out upon the tarmac, don't let him play or frolic. If you do, I'm telling you, it could be catastrophic. If he tries to play upon the road, I'm afraid that will be that. There'll be one last despairing ow, and a kind of squelchy splat. And your pussy will be slightly dead and very, very flat. He's nobody's moggy, just flat and squashed and soggy. He's nobody's moggy now. Meow. The downside of that true story is that I had to tell my daughter that the cat was dead, and she, through the tears, she said, "But Dad, you told me it had 9 lives." I said, "Well, it's true it did, but the semi had 18 wheels." And if we leave Fluffy in the sun for a while, he'll probably make a halfway reasonable furry frisbee. But very irreverent Les, you were warned. So, speaking of a bloke who's used up his 70 years and 10, and is now lurching into his 7th decade, thoughts sort of moved to the end of life. And we had a few songs about death in the last one, of course. So this is Folsom Prison Blues is the tune, but it's the Sunset Blues. Well, I hear the trolley coming, it's rolling down the hall. I ain't seen the sunshine, I can hardly see it all, 'cause I'm stuck in Sunset Village, and time keeps dragging on. But that trolley keeps on rolling, rolling on and on. Well, they treat me like a baby, they give me milky tea, and then they hide the toilet just when I need to pee. Well, I beat a man at bingo just to watch him cry. And that nurse behind the trolley is giving me the eye. Well, a woman comes to visit, to her I can't relate. She always calls me darling, I decide to call her Kate. But that trolley keeps on coming, I know I can't be free. But my bowels aren't moving, and that's what bothers me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if I could crack the code, I'd supercharge my Zimmer frame and head off down the road, yeah, far from Sunset Village. That's where I want to be. And I'd leave that lonesome trolley way behind me. Thank you. So after the Sunset Village, the logical next thing, of course, is you shuffle off this mortal coil. So this one's called When I'm Dead. When I'm dead, I'm gonna miss the music of human voices soaring sharp or flat, of audiences clapping and 1,000 toes tapping, shouts of encore or get off you tuneless twat. I'm gonna miss ukulele sweetly playing behind a lovely voice soaring like a lark, of feeling my emotions rising, uplifting, energizing, as a lyric line cuts deep inside my heart. But I must admit, I won't miss Madonna, or Shakira, Rihanna or Beyonce. To me they all sound much the same, these superstars with just one name. Wish that I could pull a chain and flush them all away. Now you can disagree, it really doesn't bother me. Call me a deaf old fart who's not right in the head, has been said. Well, after I'm gone, you can play their music all day long. I won't care, 'cause I'll be fucking dead. When I'm dead, I'm gonna miss my ukulele and sharing songs with all my ukulele mates. Though I've only got 4 chords and the audience gets bored, it feeds my dreams of jamming with music greats, making friends from near and far, playing beneath the southern stars or at open mics in the old bank bar. But I must admit, I won't miss politicians, total dickheads like Abbott and Pauline. Call of a ScoMo, prickly shorten, it's just votes they are a courting. Well, after I'm gone, they can wag their folk tongues all day and night long. I won't care, 'cause I'll be all together now, fucking dead. Wow, I've actually gone through them all. Well, actually, this is a clever one by Eric Vogel. I have a candle that was lit from a candle that was lit from a candle lit by the Dalai Lama. It was a present from a friend, a long-haired follower of Zen, who uses words like cool and karma. And though I've never met that gentle priest from Tibet, in the candlelight his courage seems to shimmer. So I hope this small red flame will guide him home again, and one day his long exile will be over. The Dalai Lama's candle. Thank you very much. I've been a very irreverent leg. Thanks to Phil on the sound and the. And you've been a great audience. Thank you very much. And special thanks to Christina Joy, who pushed me behind a microphone a few short years ago and probably saved my life. Thank you, Christine.